I want to talk a little bit today about my table saw. About, I don't know, 7 years ago, I think sometime in 2005, I had a need for a table saw, and I didn't have one, so I went down to my local home improvement center. I don't recall whether it was Lowe's or Home Depot, one of those two. And I bought a little table saw, which you saw the picture at the beginning of this video, called a Tradesman. Very inexpensive, entry-level table saw. And it, at the time, it worked quite well for what I was going to use it for. I didn't really need anything too fancy, and so it served the purpose. But like anything, you kind of get what you pay for. And later on, as I started doing more and more woodworking projects, I realized that just how crappy a table saw that really was. So I just thought, well, I can either trash that one and try to get something else, or I can try to maybe make some improvements to that one. And I got to thinking about, because I had two of these tables. You can see I've got one of these tubular frame tables over there where I have my CNC router machine setting on it. And I had another one built, and I use it mainly to assemble things and different projects, that kind of thing. So what I decided to do was try to take the guts out of that Tradesman and put it into this this table here to try to make a decent sized table saw. One that I can also, you should see this thing's on casters, or I don't know if you can see that or not, but this thing is on casters so that I can move it around, because it's very crowded in my shop. I don't have a lot of room, and I didn't want to have one that I can kind of move around, move out of the way. So anyway, so I decided to try to do that, and that's what this video is about. So I'm going to show you down below here so you can see just how I did that. Okay, I'm going to show you the inside of this thing now, and what I've done is I've taken the old table saw, and I had to do a little engineering under here. I had to create some spacers, and I've got some 2x4s in here to kind of brace it. And actually, this thing is a whole lot more solid than what it was originally on that little cheap stand. One thing I thought about doing was extending these out to go through, and I may do that yet, to where I don't have to open this door to adjust anything. But for right now, I've just got it where I can open these doors like a cabinet and adjust the bevel or the up or down. And I made this little box here is just some scrap MDF that I made to set directly under it to capture the sawdust as it comes down, as it shoots down below. Now I'll show you how I did the top. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I did the top here. This is just some 3/4 plywood, 4x3, so it fits exactly on the tabletop. And what I did is, before I got ready to take that other saw apart, I actually took the top, and this is the old top here, and I reverse engineered all the hole locations, where it mounts, and the different things. And then I created a template. I used my CNC machine, my CNC router, to create this template after I created the drawing for all the hole locations. And then I was able to set this on here, get it squared up and clamp it down, and then match drill the hole locations, and then route out the spot for the insert. And that seemed to work out very well. And my insert, I'm not real crazy about it, because it's I really wanted the saw blade more over here, but I was kind of limited because of the way the original saw was made, so I had to just kind of live with that. But I've got a zero clearance insert. That works well. I've added my miter slots here. These are from Rockler, and I routed those out and put those in. And I also have since made a pretty nice table sled. Which works really well. I've done some test cuts and checked it out, and it cuts very square and seems to do a good job. One thing you might notice on this table saw is right now I still don't have a table saw fence. The main reason I don't have a fence is because I'm still debating on how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to try to maybe buy a fence system and adapt it to this, or build my own T-bar style fence, or whether I may just use some 80-20. Right now, kind of leaning towards the 80-20 extrusions. I've watched on YouTube and seen some other saw fences that look like they're pretty sturdy and easily adjustable. But that's my main thing, is whatever I use, I want to make sure that it's designed so that you can adjust it to get it tweaked in, so you're cutting straight. So. Okay, so basically what I've done is take a really crappy table saw and turn it into a not so crappy table saw. I think this is probably something I can live with once I get my fence, decide how I'm going to do my fence and get that put on. So it does, like I said, I've tested with my sled. It does cut very nice. It's good and square. And it's good and solid, and it's mobile, so it meets all the criteria that I have. So anyway, if you're happen to have one of these little saws and are disappointed with it, you might want to think about doing this. Like I said, I had a tube frame table. Already had that here, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to buy another table saw, because I was running out of room in here. But I could have just as easily made something out of wood, that would have worked just as well. So it's something you might want to think about if you've got one of those little cheap table saws. So again, if you have any comments or questions or anything, feel free to post those. Look forward to hearing any of those, and visit the website too for more information on some of the projects that I've done. So a lot of plans and things that anything I do, I always draw up the plans and then I put them on there to allow them to be downloaded. So that's all for this time, and we'll talk to you later.